So welcome and thank you for coming. This event, we used to do a homecoming and we used to do a Christmas event, and then we sort of instead now do Cuisine de Commerce. And I don't know if Harry Horning is still here, but Harry's on our Board of Regents, and he pushed very hard for us to have an alumni reunion. And obviously, it's something people really wanted because we have a fantastic crowd. I think we had about 85 people registered, and as I saw people around town, they would say, we're coming, and they weren't on the list, which was great. So I think we were hoping to get about 100 people tonight. I'd like to thank Centerfuse for being our host this evening, Oprah's for the wonderful food that they always do. Val, Mark, Sarah, Andrea, and Jason Hickman for helping pull today's event together. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce a few special guests. The only elected official I think I saw was Mark Wolf, Manassas City Council. Did I miss any other elected officials?
Always first class.
Always first class. Thank you, Mark, for being here. Also, I'd like to just ask the Board of Regents to please wave their hand if you're on the Board of Regents. This is the governing body for Leadership Prince William, and we're happy to have such a great turnout of our Board of Regents. And also, are there any past chairs with us? No, we have Mark. We have several past chairs: Rebecca, Mark, Bennett in the back. So thank you all for having such a great turnout. In addition to having a reunion or a little homecoming for our alumni, this is also the kickoff for our outstanding new executive director, and I know she's going to do a fabulous job, and I'll be happy to take all the credit for that. But there was actually a group made of board members. There were seven people on a search committee. We had some outstanding candidates. It took several months to go through the process and select Andrea Short as our next executive director. I've had the pleasure of working with Andrea as she's been with the chamber, working with Debbie Jones for the last 10 years. And Andrea, anyone that knows her, knows what an outstanding person she is and what a great job she's going to do for LPW. So without further ado, this is her official launch. Please welcome Andrea Short.
While I'm up here talking for the next 25 minutes, the drink tickets are on hold. So thank you everyone for coming tonight. I did write some notes because there were a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. First, I want to point out that my mom is over in the corner there, Margaret Short. And Mary suggested I invite my parents, and I was like, I don't know, but Debbie, my mentor, always invited her parents to things, and so did Mary. And if Senator Colgan can show up for his daughter's stuff, then my mom can show up. And I also have my boyfriend here tonight, Evan. He wanted me to make sure that I say he's like the light of my life and all that. But I'm really excited about embarking on this new journey, and I have some big shoes to fill with each of the Kathys. You know, Kathy Ellington came in and she got this program up and running, and then Kathy Bentz took it to another level, and we now have this awesome Summer Youth Academy. And one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on is a lot more growth and engagement. And so as alums, I'm really glad that you're here, because I'm going to be going on kind of a 90-day listening tour, if you will. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear your suggestions for how we can make our programs better, how we can do a better job of engaging our alums. I want you to reach out to me, so we have some business cards over on the check-in table with all of my new contact info. And then in some cases, I might be reaching out to you so that I can get to know you better and potentially know your organizations better as well. And importantly, I just want you to let us know what are the things we're doing that are working. Some of you may have felt like there wasn't really a place for you after you graduated, so I want to hear about that too, and we're going to find a place for you to fit in this organization, because the exciting thing about being accepted to LPW is that feeling of you're going to be part of this fraternity, so we want that to carry on after you graduate. So I hope you'll seek me out, and I hope that we can keep LPW on this upward trajectory and it just be basically one of the go-to organization, no, the go-to organization in the community for finding how to become a leader and finding out where your skills are needed in the community. Thank you.
And I have to tell you that when I said to Andrea, oh, your parents must have been, I was very close to my parents as Andrea is to hers, and I said, oh, your parents must be so excited. She goes, well, I called them and they said, well, we knew you were going to get it. But, so Andrea's mom and dad obviously did an outstanding job, and I am absolutely thrilled that Andrea is our new executive director. I'd like to this time introduce our chair-elect, who will be chair after I finish my term, and that will be Miss Jackie Crick.
Thanks, Mary. Well, I think we're getting off to a good start with Andrea. She's kind of laid out what she wants to do, and part of it is engagement. This is a little bit too high for me. So one of the things that I wanted to remind you of is what a wonderful time we have when we get together. And the reason is because we have something in common. We're all leaders. We all contribute to our community. We all contribute to our coming together as friends, as partnerships. And I can tell you a multitude of experiences that I've had personally that really have made a difference in my life. Just had a conversation with many of you. Some of you I just met here for the first time, and many of you I know for a long time. So I am here to talk to you about membership. It is, see, chair-elect, we get to do that job, right? So it is a very intricate part of this organization. It really helps us do programs, grow and expand our programs, and do the things that really matter. So while we have the signature class and some other things that bring in revenue, being part of this organization is something that touches everyone. And I want to encourage you to become a part of this membership. There's a table back there with information for you. There are 3 different levels of membership that you can be part of, and I really encourage you to do that. And help us get those numbers up. It would be really good. Come back, have fun, connect, network, make new friendships, and grow organizations or business and whatever you want to do.